Hi students, now coming to next topic of compiler design is phases of compiler. In phases of compiler, we are going to learn about the structure of a compiler. Now, what exactly the phases means? The phases is a logical interrelated operations that takes source program in one representation and produce output in another representation. Actually, the complete compiler is divided into two major phases. Again, first is analysis phase, second is synthesis phase. Again, these two major phases subdivided into subphases. So, what analysis phase consists of? Analysis phase, machine independent but language dependent. And synthesis phase is machine dependent and language independent. So from this, what we understand, analysis phase only concentrated on language, whereas synthesis phase concentrate on the machine level language. Now let's see what are the different phases present in the compiler. So this is the structure of a compiler. First is the source program written in high level language. That source program enter into the compilation phase. So what the compiler do? Converts high level language to target program, that is low level language. So what are the different phases that are present in between the conversion of high level to low level language? There are total six phases. First is lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator, code optimization, target code generation. These are the phases of compiler. All the phases are managed by the symbol table manager. It having all the symbol related information will be stored in the symbol table. And if any error occur in between the phases, error handler is going to handle the error. So this is the phases of compiler or structure of a compiler. Now let's discuss one by one. First phase is lexical analyzer. Source code entering in the phase 1. Lexical analysis reads the stream of characters making up the source program and produce the character into meaningful sequence called lexeme. Lexical analyzer represent these lexeme in the form of tokens. So what we understand from these, whatever the high level language that were in the first page, it is the character, sequence of character and group them, and then lexeme you called as a token. Let me show you a simple example. Lexical analyzer is in the form of token and attribute value. So let me take a simple lexical analyzer example how the program is converted into token. New val equals to old val plus 12. Now this statement, whatever the statement consists of group of characters. This statement is converted into token of lexical analyzer. So how the tokens represented? So new val is a identifier equals to assignment operator. Old val is also a identifier plus is add operator and 12 is a number. So this statement converted into tokens. So lexical analyzer truncate the statement and remove the errors. Second phase is syntax analysis. Once the word are understand, the next step is to understand the structure of a sentence. The process is known as syntax checking or parsing. Syntax analysis is a process of imposing a hierarchical structure on the token stream. It is basically like generating sentence for the language using language specific grammatical rules as we have in our natural language. The example drawn above show how a sentence in English, a natural language, can be broken down into a tree form depending on the construct of the sentence. This is an example. I am going to mark it. This is a represent into a tree-like structure. Just like a natural language, a programming language also has a set of grammatical rules and hence can be broken down into a parse tree by the parser. It is on the parse tree that the further step of semantic analysis are carried out. This is also used during generation of an intermediate code generation. YAK, yet another compiler, is a program that generate parsers in the C programming language. Parsing is a program is exactly the same as shown in previous slide. Consider an expression: if x equals to y, then z equals to 1, else z equals to 2. So this is the parse tree of this statement. Now next phase is semantic analysis. Sorry, understanding the meaning. Understand the meaning of the sentence. Example: Pratik said Nitin left his assignment at home. What does it his refers to? Pratik or Nitin? Even worse case, Amit said Amit left his assignment at home. How many Amits are there? And what one left the assignment? These kind of errors or meanings are handled in a semantic analysis. Once the sentence structure is understood, we try to understand the meaning of a sentence. Semantic analysis is the process of examining the statement and to make sure that they make sense. During the semantic analysis, the type values and other required information about statements are recorded, checked, and transformed appropriately to make sure the program makes sense. Ideally, there should be no ambiguity in the grammar of the language. Each sentence should have just one meaning. Since it is too hard for a compiler to do semantic analysis, the programming language defines strict rules to avoid ambiguities and make the analysis easier. Compiler performs many other checks besides variable binding. In this statement, example double y equals to hello world. The semantic analysis would reveal that hello world is a string and y is of type double, which is a type mismatch and hence it is wrong. Till now, we have conceptually the front end of the compiler with its three phases: lexical analysis, syntax analysis, and semantic analysis, and the work done in each of the three phases. Next, we look into the backend phases of compiler. Next phase is intermediate code generation. Intermediate code generation produce intermediate representation for the source program, which can are of following form: postfix notation, three address code, syntax tree. Most commonly used form is the three address code, and it is a example of an intermediate code. And now properties of intermediate code. It should be easy to produce. It should be easy to translate into target program. Next phase is code optimization. Code optimization phase gets the intermediate code as an input and produce optimized intermediate code as output. It results in faster running machine code. It can be done by reducing the number of lines of code for a program. This phase reduces the redundant code and attempts to improve the intermediate code so that faster running machine code will result. During the code optimization, the result of the program is not affected. To improve the code generation, the optimization involves deduction and removal of dead code, that is unreachable code, calculation of constant in expression and terms, collapsing of repeat expression into temporary string, loop unrolling, moving code outside the loop, removal of unwanted temporary variable. These steps perform, we improve the code generation. Next, this is an example. Next is code generation. Code generation is the final phase of a compiler. It get input from code optimization phase and produce the target code or object code as result. Intermediate instructions are translated into a sequence of machine instructions that perform the same task. The code generation involves allocation of register and memory, generation of correct reference, generation of correct data type, generation of missing code. These steps involves in code generation, and it is a example of a code generation. So this is a final diagram elaborates what written in the previous slide. You can see that each stage can access the symbol table in this diagram. All the relevant information about the variables, classes, functions, etc. are stored in symbol table. So this is the phases of compiler. In next lecture, we have discussed the bootstrapping. Thank you.